and follow the sound. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture, and let your whole body weight go down. Bring your attention to your body and mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing. In the beginning, scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, step by step, we're going to relax our body. Each and every inhalation, exhalation, do it gently, slowly and deeply. When you inhale, inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. So in between inhalation, exhalation, keep a little gap. Bring your attention to your right arm. Deeply, gently, slowly breathing to your right arm. Visualize yourself. Bring that all there to your right arm. Breathe out. Focus your mind to left arm and breathing deeply, slowly, gently. And breathe out. In your back and spine, breathing slowly, deeply, gently. Breathe out. Your abdominal area, slowly, deeply, gently breathing. And breathe out. To your chest, breathing. Breathe out. Your right leg, breathing. Breathe out. Left leg, breathing. Breathe out. Neck and head, breathing. Breathe out. Now to your whole body, breathing. Breathe out. Breathing. Breathe out. One more time, deeply breathing. Breathe out. So take a deep breath and hold it to your lower abdominal area and keep it as long as you can. Okay, deeply breathing and hold it. And breathe out. Let your whole body to settle down. Bring attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. And keep unmovable posture and intentional desirable attention towards your inhalation, exhalation. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And when inhalation happens, recognize this as inhalation. When the exhalation happens, recognize this as exhalation. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Any pain arise, any tightness, heaviness, difficulty arise with your body, with your posture. Always remind yourself, mostly pain related with the mind, not the body. So try to bear it. Knowingly, whatever the pain itself, it will go away. Any emotional pleasure arise, just know this body It's not place to attach. If any kind of laziness, tired, sleepiness arise, just remind yourself we have very limited time in this world. Always be mindful with your practice. In the beginning, follow the rising and falling of your inhalation, exhalation. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation from beginning to end. Stay with the sensation. Don't try to maintain your inhalation, exhalation. Just accept it as it is. Sometimes it becomes longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize it, accept it. If thought arise and disturb, don't go with it. Always with the effort to stay with the inhalation, exhalation. See how the calming down your body, inhalation happen, calming down your body, exhalation happens. Calming down your mind, inhalation happens. Calming down your mind, exhalation happens. Calming down your breathing, inhalation happens. Calming down your breathing, exhalation happens. See how peaceful your body, how safe your moment within yourself. The body itself have the peace, harmony, tranquility state. And because of that itself, it brings the joy and satisfaction without any effort. So just allow it to be like that. But yourself be conscious regarding the inhalation, exhalation. So if it is possible, let go all the methods and all the techniques, all the patterns. Just observe yourself with the free mind. your inhalation, exhalation, and see what you experience. If you recognize the sensation, just be with it and see the very nature of the sensation. Don't keep a gap between the observer and the mental object. You are not a different entity. Observe your inhalation, exhalation from outside. Because the very sensation yourself, it's you. To recognize the sensation, you need itself in that very moment, consciousness. That consciousness itself has a connection with the awareness. So it is not a two different things. Whatever the sensation, whatever the feelings, itself arising, existing, and disappearing without any self-centered relationship. You don't need to believe it. You don't need to follow it. Just observe and see. Seeing yourself is the important. The depth of the sensation. Only the change we can experience, only the change we can find. So whatever you achieve in the past or the future, in the present, here or there, anywhere, whatever you achieve, in the depth of the experience, the change. With the mind able to recognize that it come out of becoming nature. it becomes desireless. When the mind becomes desireless, it comes out of harboring to thoughts. When the mind becomes free from harboring thoughts, it becomes free from memory. There's nothing to let go. When there's nothing to let go, itself you become free from resistance. Nothing will come against you. There's nothing to go against. No anger, jealousy, hatred, envy arise in that mind. That is where you are able to recognize how things come to be as they are. In that very moment, you become free from you. Bring your attention to your body. Observe the posture, the pressure to the cushion or the chair or the couch, to the seat, head to toes, the sensation. When you wake up in the morning, you have strength to come out of the bed, stand on your feet. Just imagine if you cannot do that one day, what will happen? You have strength to walk to your bathroom and do your cleanings. If you cannot do it yourself, what will happen? You have strength to enjoy cup of coffee, tea, or glass of water, or your breakfast, your meal. So it is blessing. You have people around you to share your life, or even you live alone. Maintaining yourself, your life is a blessing. You have this beautiful eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind with longevity, complexion, comfort, strength, and wisdom to maintain these things without getting any harm to yourself or without doing any harm to others. That is blessing. You are the miracle of this universe because you connected to this inhalation, exhalation. When the day comes for you to disconnect from it, this everything will disappear. So while you experiencing your life, appreciate it. Pay your gratitude. Never fight with anybody. Because fighting never going to bring anything to us. It will destroy everything. Never argue. Because through arguments you cannot understand people. You cannot educate people. People never going to change because you argue with big words. Never try to struggle with people. Just accept whatever come to you. It is a great art of living. Be humble in any situation. It never going to make you weak. It always make you strong person. You're not going to lose anything. You're going to gain the peace, harmony, tranquility state within yourself. Always remember to pay your gratitude, share your life with others, appreciate yourself. In this very moment, around this world, there are a lot of people struggling with life, fighting with death, have fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. As paying your gratitude, share this moment, share your heart with them. May they come out of that fear, anxiety, depression, helplessness, hopelessness, loneliness. May they have the strength, courage, and wisdom to go through the situations and find the peace, harmony, tranquility state within themselves. Not only them, share this moment with your dear near ones, your loved ones, your beloved parents, grandparents, husband, wife, children, brothers and sisters, friends and family members, your neighbors, village people, city, state, country, all living beings in this world and all living beings in this universe. And as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars, let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion. From the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Thinking like thus, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Visualize yourself and send it as a light forward to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Let your heart to shine and come out of the skin. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, and most of people, when it comes to Buddhism in the Western countries, and they mostly talk about the Buddhism, always talk about this suffering, suffering, suffering. And most of people sometimes not happy about it. And sometimes when I go to school, and the children, and when I having some online discussion with children, sometimes they ask me, why this always talk about the suffering, suffering? And mainly I was searching this online few days now, this Christianity and Buddhism, how they talk about this, what is the differences they talk about. And then they mainly come out the idea about suffering. And the Buddha always talk about suffering like that. And when it comes to Buddhism, one time Buddha mentioned Santutti Paramandana. Actually, there is a word called Santutti. Santutti is not the happiness or the joy that we gain through something. It is more deeply, you resonate with the moment, with the understanding and the situation, and develop the contentment and the satisfaction deeper inside you. So if you look for the joy and happiness or the satisfaction through your sensual pleasures, of course it's going to lead you to suffering. But deeply, if you're able to recognize the very nature of the behavior of this outside and even the inside you, that understanding will allow you to have things, but at the same time, it never going to hold you to certain situations. But if you have an idea with the self-centered mind, oh, me, my, mine, I am, like that thinking, and with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, if you look for this outside satisfaction, desire-based satisfaction, of course, no doubt, 100% you're going to end with some kind of unhappiness. But at the same time, while you're living in this world, if you understand the very nature of the mind and the very nature of this outside, this everything always changing. If you know that nature, and it's nothing belong to ourselves, things belong to itself, to the heat, motion, liquidity, and hardness. And if you know that, you become aware about it. It's like you have it, but at the same time, you know it is not yours. And then you become more careful. And you maintain it in a right way and without doing any harm. And then you pass the time. But if you start to claim ownership, then what will happen? Then when the things start to change, you're going to disappoint. That disappointment itself going to lead you to unhappiness, and then again and again it's like a turbine start to create certain energy, and whatever then you do with your bodily, verbally and mentally action, what will happen? That unhappiness will start to come with it. So but there is the contentment that you can develop in the world while you're living. So through the meditation or through the understanding, and if you able to recognize this, and there is no greed, hatred, or the anger going to arise in you deeply with the self-centered mind. Because when you have the desire, that desire itself take you to anger, unsatisfaction. Because without any desire, there is no anger arise. Anger is the result of the desire. When the desire gets disturbed, the anger arises. But if you develop the method that to recognize that nothing belongs to you, just itself, recognizing that itself, take you out of the struggle. So then yourself always remember, in day-to-day life, it doesn't matter how far you came way in this life or how far you have to go in this samsaric journey. Look at yourself today. So then you have to be honest to yourself and see what you experience within your life. If anything that whatever in the world, if anything able to bring the happiness or the satisfaction to us, and there are a lot of people should gain this, but every day what we see, and we see the unhappiness or the unsatisfaction. So the world itself changing and moving and changing, moving and changing, and we cannot change it. But once you understand that, there is a way that you come out of the suffering. And the santuti is the moment that you have, and without the desire, looking for satisfaction, but at the same time, you maintain yourself and with the mindful, with the mindful awareness, you maintain your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and knowingly what is going on in the moment. That itself make you peaceful. When you able to maintain, as example, that you feel it sugar, and you know it is not good for you, and you hold yourself that I'm not going to eat sugar. That effort itself bring the satisfaction. That is a santuti, contentment. It is sweeter than the sugar. It make you happy and it is healthy than the sugar. But if you go to the sugar and you eat, in that very moment, of course, you feel that certain kind of satisfaction. But later what will happen? Till you die, maybe you have to worry about thinking what you ate. The same thing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. And sometimes things that you hold knowingly, this is not good. It's bring you certain satisfaction deeper inside. That is called santuti. It is not happiness. It is not a joy. And this santuti is the Pali word, and it is a kind of, in English translation, it called kind of like a contentment. In your mind, your heart going to complete and satisfied. So there is a way that we looking for satisfaction from outside world, but holding ourselves. It is not controlling. We cannot control. We cannot control our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. Who we are to control? What we control? And so then we think, I control my mind. So who is I? In Buddhism, we don't talk about like that. There's no controlling somebody behind, because your body itself you are. Your mind itself you are. So you cannot control anything. It's like water. You cannot control the water. You cannot hold for a moment. But the water has its own nature somehow. It can evaporate, it can disappear, it can absorb to something. So, but you think you can hold, you can control. There is no way that the mind you can control like that. Your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. But when you able to see the very nature of it, that is the best solution for all. So then remember yourself in day-to-day life. Just try to invest little bit your time to look for this, because it is a great investment for yourself. Why? Because you gain certain kind of satisfaction, certain kind of understanding. That understanding make you more peaceful. And when it comes to time, and some people spend time with meditation, and spending time meditation can make you kind of disappointed. Why? Because the spending itself, the word itself, when you hear the spending, it means you're reducing something. It's going to go away from you. And but if you able to invest, that means there is a greater result you're going to get out of it later. So don't spend time with your meditation. Learn to invest your time. And when it comes to conventional life, so that is a spiritual way. And when it comes to conventional life, don't spend time with your husband and wife or children. Don't spend the money for your children and the schools. You're going to get disappointed. But tell your children you invested a lot of money for their education. And then they will understand later they have to bring it back something out of that investment. But if you always claim, oh, I spend so much on you, I spend so much for this, and it will always disappoint. Just look how the people behave. So then always you have to be very careful in day-to-day life when you use these words. The same thing happened to this happiness and the joy, because the santuti is something else, and people thought, oh, there is no happiness there is no satisfaction in Buddhism. It always suffering. No, in English, for this santuti, for this word, and they mostly trying to say it as a happiness, as a joy. But there is deeper something else. When your sensual pleasures become neutral, and when you feel comfortable who you are in this very moment, there is a satisfaction. But it doesn't come without any understanding. It cannot come out of the prayers, it cannot come out of the believing, it cannot come out of the chanting. It's not going to happen that way. It always comes only from one way. It comes only by understanding. That understanding should be through your own practice. And that way, you're not going to have any disappointment. And then you start to struggle with this word and the suffering and unsatisfaction, and going with that way and trying to fix the world, the world around you, not to become unhappy. The world has its own way. Even look at your body. How about 1 week? If you cannot maintain your body, why people so much struggling go to these salons and want to get a haircut and want to do makeup? Why? Because 1 week, 1 month, if they cannot maintain this body the way that, they're going to feel disappointed themselves. That's why risking their life. Look, risking their life, how that people go to that. And some people, it's like it's funny, it's like this. You lose your arm to get a watch, and you lose your that life to get a haircut. So this is how this current that developed to us. But inner satisfaction is more different. When you have the understanding, deeper tranquility state within yourself, you become more calm, relaxed. You become calm like water. But when you see the water, it is so calm. But have you seen, have you heard, the water has power to cut the iron? There are a lot of the industrial the tools that you can see through the water, they cut huge iron bars. But when it just hits the water, look. So your mind should be like that. That is the very nature of the mind. So then always remember to develop the understanding regarding the very nature of the world, very nature of the mind and the very behavior of around us. And invest your time for that, little by little. And that way you will gain certain kind of awareness or the understanding to yourself. And that way you will see how you can maintain your life. Because when it comes to meditation, without satisfaction, you cannot attain to enlightenment. We cannot develop your spiritual path without any kind of tranquility state or without any kind of the contentment, without any kind of santusti or any kind of satisfaction yourself deeper inside you, you cannot develop your spiritual practice. So then always remember, look for that and start to work for it. If you are hungry, you cannot feed to the world. If you are not happy, you cannot make someone else happy. If you are disturbed inside your mind, you cannot make somebody clear. So then yourself will start to work, and there is something. So try to find it. Buddha never say any word, any single word without any meaning. So 2600 years this Dharma keep coming. And so yourself, if you start to practice this, so remember you will gain something to your life. If you don't get it, if you just believe something, then you cannot give any knowledge to others. So that's why yourself, and remember, it is that the deeper through this practice, you're not going to get this like the joy or the satisfaction, like it's like a candy for children. There is deeper something that you can earn through your practice. Contentment, that deeper satisfaction, not depending from something from outside, just seeing the very nature of life itself, you're going to become satisfied. So that is the best moment to enjoy your life. Because if you depending from something else from outside and enjoy, it is not enjoyment. It is a very risk. And you become a debtor. But if you deeply recognize this with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and recognizing this behavior itself, that awareness bring you greater satisfaction. It is two different way. So I will bring you a story for this to make it more clear. There was a king, and this king was thinking to find a teacher for him and study. And then there was a very the teacher a little bit far away in a very small village, and he was the best teacher, the wise person in that area. So the king went to this teacher and did all his respect and told, I want to learn, I want to get the wisdom to me, and please teach me. So this is the king, and the teacher start to give all the wisdom to him. And the day by day, the king, the wisdom appeared, and he became so wise little by little, little by little. And then one day he felt complete. So then he thought, I am the king, I am living in this palace. But my teacher, living in a very small hut, that is not good. I have to do something. So thinking like that, so what the king did, he built a palace exactly same like him, his palace. Then he no need to be worried. And he built the palace exactly same like his palace, and then offer it to the teacher as paying respect, as a gift, and told, now you can live here and I can live myself peacefully, because now it's not going to disturb me. And so time passed. Both used to live in the both palaces. And one day, king start to think, so my teacher having the same thing like me, and I am the king, and I also have the same thing like him. So what is the difference in between us? And even though I have the knowledge, he whatever the knowledge he has. So what is the difference? And it start to bother him. And then very next day early morning, he went to king and told, he went to the teacher and told, teacher, I have a question. So the knowledge you have, I also have, and the palace I have, and you also have. So what is the difference in between this? We both same now. There's no difference. So the teacher told, let's go for a walk. And then they start to walk. They went for 1 mile. And then the king told, Guru, let's go back. The teacher told, no, let's go for another mile. So then they walk for another mile. And then again the king told, teacher, let's go back. The teacher told, don't be hurry, we have time. So let's go for another mile. So they will start work for another mile. So like that, they went for 6 miles now. And little by little, inside to the jungle. And the king, little by little, start to get afraid. And finally, king couldn't hold his mind, and he told, this is enough. I want to go back. I am the king. I have a place to live. I have a wife. And I have the kingdom to take care of myself. So I want to go back. Let's go. The teacher told, sit. That is the difference. Because I can live here in this place under this tree. I can sleep here. I can spend the time from here to till I die. See, we just walk only 6 miles, even it is inside your kingdom. But still you want to go back to your house. But why? Because you have things, and you believe in things, you have things. So in between you and me, the difference is, I don't want to go back. Even though I have a palace same like you keep thinking about that palace and you want to go back to it. Even though I have that palace with me, I don't want to go. I have no idea to go back to it. Even I am ready to spend the time here myself. So that is how our life in day-to-day life, we bound to think, even though we have things, having things, nothing wrong. But deeper, you have to understand, more than having, we bound to think. That is what we have to cut. That is what bring the suffering. That is what bring the samsara. That is create us to come back to the same place. So then yourself be aware. Have things, develop the contentment, have the satisfaction. But remember, never have idea to hold anything as you, never have idea to claim anything as you. Why? Because by the time that you claiming it, in that very moment that you start to bound to the suffering. So that is the place that you have to observe and recognize and be wise yourself. Having things, doing things, maintaining things is nothing wrong if you have enough wisdom to do so. But holding things, claiming things, and going back to things again and again and again and again, thinking, this is mine, that is sansara. So it is up to you. Having things and in this journey, are you able to go forward without looking back? So if you look back, remember it is your sansara. If you are able to go forward without looking over back over your shoulder, you close to Nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. So during this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya itam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.